What began as a campaign ad has fast become a news story and the center of a potential legal battle. The television ad makes a serious claim against council member and mayoral candidate Carl DeMaio. In fact, DeMaio has even threatened legal action against stations that run the ad. Take a look now at what's at the center of the controversy.
Carl DeMaio voted against health care benefits for widows and children of fallen officers. He put a cheap political stunt ahead of our welfare. Carl DeMaio does not deserve our city's highest office.
And that was the voice of a widow of a San Diego police officer. Joining me to talk about this ad is KPBS Metro reporter Katie Orr. Thanks, Katie Orr, for being here. So there it is. Now, this is an ad that claims Carl DeMaio voted to deny health care benefits to the families of fallen officers. It was paid for by the San Diego Police Officers Association. So let's start now with the threat of legal action. What happened?
Well, Carl DeMaio's attorney has sent a cease and desist letter to several TV stations in San Diego telling them not to run this ad. They say it's slanderous and libelous, and that if these stations do run the ad, they're subject to a lawsuit from Mr. DeMaio for libel, basically.
So Carl DeMaio is saying this isn't true, that he didn't actually vote to deny these health benefits. Is that the case? Is that true?
Well, he didn't technically vote to increase the benefits, and that's what his campaign is saying. There was no denial of benefits. There was just a vote against increasing the benefits. This was part of a larger package of legislation. The city came to a retiree health care agreement with its unions last year. This was an amendment to that agreement dealing with the Police Officers Association, and this was Article 67 in that legislation. So there was a whole list of stuff that also went into this vote. Councilman Carl DeMaio and Councilwoman Lori Zapp voted against these changes. His campaign says if this had been a separate issue, just the benefits, he would have supported it, but it was part of a larger issue, and so he didn't. So technically, yes, he voted against an increase to these benefits, but again, he's saying he did not vote to deny anyone benefits.
Now, I think that one could argue during this campaign, which has been a pretty nasty campaign, that various candidates might say everyone's taken some liberty with the truth. How is this different?
Well, I think according to Carl DeMaio's campaign, it rises to the level of slander. You know, like you said, this is a nasty campaign. Everyone wants to win it. They're doing what they can to, attack their opponents and to counter attacks that come at them. I spoke to a legal expert who said that it is very rare for politicians to go ahead and file libel suits, and it's even more rare for them to win those suits, because you have to prove that the stations running these ads knew that they were slanderous and went ahead and did them anyway. And other legal experts I spoke with said generally the FCC really gives people, stations, when it comes to political ads, a very broad range, because they want to encourage the dialogue, the political dialogue in the country.
So ironically, really, by threatening legal action, he's drawn a lot more attention to this ad that might have only run on one station, and now, I mean, it's all over Twitter. People are talking about this. It's a news story.
Well, right. I mean, and you could, the Police Officers Association may have benefited in that way, in that this ad, we're playing it, other stations are playing it. As you said, it's being linked to on social media. So regardless of whether or not Carl DeMaio's campaign agrees with the ad, it's getting played, and you don't know how people are going to react to that. I should say the widow who we hear in that issued another statement reinforcing what she says in that ad.
We haven't got a lot of time left, but before we go, I know there were new polling numbers out this week. Tell us about that.
Well, it shows Carl DeMaio in the lead with 31%. Bob Filner is in second with 28%. Nathan Fletcher has 23%. Bonnie Dumanis has 11%. really, those are very statistically close. And so most people agree that Carl DeMaio is likely to take the first runoff spot, but it looks like it still is a very close race between Bob Filner and Nathan Fletcher for second. And Bonnie DeMantis' campaign maintains she's not out of it either. She keeps saying, she in her first race for district attorney, the polls had her down 20% and she went on to win. So she's telling that narrative as well.
Well, we will find out June 5th, and of course we will see you at Golden Hall. We can see you at 9 p.m. on KPBS television, and of course we will hear you on the radio right up until midnight. Thanks, Katie Orr.
Thank you.